enjoyed a successful and very varied career. His big break was rubbing shoulders with Dame Judy and Gwyneth Paltrow in the film Shakespeare in Love. And now he's on the street, Coronation Street, that is, playing Vicar Billy Mayhew. Praise be, it's Daniel Brocklebank. Nice to see you. Well, what an eventful time you're having.
Oh, it is eventful at the moment, yes.
A bit of a love triangle?
A little bit of a love triangle going on, yes. We've got all sorts of stuff going on, really. I think he's... it's good. I mean, we're starting to see... I've been in the show 2 years now, and I think the first sort of 12 months, you've got to let characters really bed in before... Because the audience just don't care if they've not been there a while. So what we're starting to see now is some real good character development, and it's great. I mean, I think we're seeing a vicar displayed as a human being that makes mistakes, and you know.
And it's quite forward-thinking of Corrie to do that, because it's still a subject that was a bit of a taboo still.
Yes, it is. I think where religion's concerned, I think people are a little bit tentative about sort of tackling it in a way that sort of shows it to be more humanistic, I suppose.
So a lot of people I heard the minute you went into Coronation Street, you know, were happy about the character gay vicar, and there were some people who were saying, well, gay vicars don't exist.
They did. I can categorically say there's many of them.
But you've got loads of friends now.
Now I do, and I use them for reference and stuff. I mean, it's handy for me because I'm not religious at all. So to be able to have those people on tap as reference, well, how would you do this, and what would your idea? You know, how would you?
Do they criticise the character at all, or?
Everybody's got different opinions. I think Billy is an Anglican vicar, but it's always been very important to me to keep him kind of a bit young and a bit trendy, and so therefore he sometimes wears outrageous shirts and things like that. So we've had some vicars writing in and saying, well, no, he would only wear black, or that would be a Methodist vicar. So, but I think when those people do write into the show, they're not taking into consideration who the character is, where he's from, what his past is, all those sorts of things.
But also, you know, you've got this love triangle going on, as I say, with Todd.
Yes.
I don't want to give too much away. But also, you've got the drug addict brother.
Haven't you? It's still going on.
Lucky you.
Yes. It's good. From an acting perspective, the great thing about Corrie is that you have the potential to do these huge dramatic storylines, and then you can do comedy as well. So to be able to play
funny. Corrie's one of the few soaps that is really funny. The comic timing, the comic writing in it is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's really funny.
It is. I mean, we have a great team of writers and storyliners. And so to be able to show that range in performance, I mean, in the 20, however many years I've been doing this for a living, you know, I've done a lot of comedy, I've done a lot of drama. So to be able to blend those is fantastic.
We've got a clip, actually, from tonight's show.
Okay, what's up, babe? Lee's in a bit of trouble. Do you mind if I go and see him? Of course not. I don't have long all day. But I'll see you later. I'm sorry about this, Sean.
Okay. Is he alright?
His brother is trouble.
Is that a brother?
Fancy seeing you in here? What?
It's not going to end well, is it? Come on, push Sean.
I know, push Sean. I love Billy and Sean together.
Yeah, me too.
And I've loved working with Anthony. It's great. And I think we found a really nice sort of duo.
He's such a natural actor, Anthony Cotton.
He's great. He's great. We've had a wonderful time. But it's the good thing about the good thing about doing a show like Corrie is that when you're doing a drama or a movie or a play, you've got your entire story arc. You've got your beginning, your middle, and your end. Which is something like Corrie, you're playing middle endlessly. You never know where it's going. You know, we only know maybe 6 or 8 weeks ahead of what you guys see.
But by you being in Coronation Street, you can't do other things at the same time, really. And as I said in the introduction, you've had such a varied career. You know, lots of theatre, and you know, I mentioned Shakespeare in Love with Dame Judy, for goodness sake.
Yes.
You know, that must have been like a dream come true.
It was unbelievable. I mean,
You were at college.
I was at college. I trained in musical theatre.
We won't judge you for that.
I still can't dance at all. 2 years with the train, I still like there's something wrong.
Bring on the tap dancing floor.
Yeah, and I was still at college. I just finished a big mini-series for Hallmark at the time, this thing called Merlin. And then that overlapped with Shakespeare in Love. So actually in my final year at college, all I did was the graduation show. I'd worked all my way through it.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible.
But obviously you'd like to do more films and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I'm self-employed. I'm freelance, and at the moment I'm contracted. I've just signed another contract with Corrie actually, which takes me up till September next year. And they are willing to let you out to do other things, providing A, we can fit it into the schedule, and B, that it doesn't sort of clash with what we have going on with Coronation Street.
But as you say, you've got the best of both worlds with the drama and the comedy.
It's fantastic. It's a wonderful place to work. I know people always say this, but it is a really lovely, friendly place to work.
And you were commuting to start with, but you
I did. I commuted from London for 6 months, and I mean, you know, when you're touring, you're endlessly on the road, you're living out of a bag all the time. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And something like Corrie is beautiful in the sense that I wake up in my own house. I get my pants out of a drawer rather than over a night bag. I mean, I know these things
it's on
are
the set, yeah.
You
actually live on the set.
And these things are sort of small, I think, to people that don't travel for a living. But when
makes a difference.
To actually just be able to chill out at home of an evening is beautiful. So I did. I commuted for 6 months and then made the move up to Manchester, and Manchester's a beautiful, warm, friendly city. It rains a lot, but it's a very warm, friendly city.
It rains a lot. You're having a laugh, are you, mate? Having a laugh. Rains a lot in Manchester.
Having a laugh. Have you thought about doing musicals maybe in the future?
Not right now. I think it's something that I would be happy to do. I mean, as you said, I've done a lot of stage. Most of it's been classical theatre. I spent years with the Royal Shakespeare Company and lots of classical theatre companies, but yeah, I wouldn't rule out musical theatre because I'm such a bad dancer, and I mean, like, dad dancing times 50. I mean, it's appalling. So therefore, that limits the amount of musical theatre roles that I can actually do.
Isn't that quite a big part of musical theatre, though, dancing?
Dancing, yeah. I mean,
why did you go into musical theatre then if you knew you couldn't dance at all?
I was doing...
Is it a challenge?
Well, no. Do you know what? I was doing a play at the theatre doesn't even exist anymore. The Leicester Haymarket Theatre. And the artistic director at the time, I was 16, came up to me after the show one night and said, "Promise me you won't train as an actor." Now, I was still at school at this point doing my GCSEs. And I said, "What do you mean? Why?" I thought that would be... He said, "You've got something very individual. And if you go to drama school, I've got a feeling that they'll knock it out of you. Can you train something else?" So I did. And that was why I ultimately went into musical theatre, but actually very rarely worked in musical theatre.
Listen, I think you're doing a grand job on the show. I really love your work, and really nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
Time now for another exclusive performance, singing their version of Simon and Garfunkel.